Good morning. Well, it's a beautiful autumn day here in New Paltz, and we're here to talk about the Climate Action Coalition. And I have two members with me, and why don't you introduce yourselves?
I'm Ann Gunther. I'm chair of the coalition.
I'm Jens Verheeg.
Thanks for being with us this morning. So, exactly what is the Climate Action Coalition?
We are a group of people who are trying to save the earth. I mean, that's the big plan. But basically what we're trying to do is help people reduce their own impact on climate change. And we're also trying to help them prepare for some changes that might come as a result of climate change. So education's a big part of what we're doing. But we also try to deal with some of the legislation that's going on, both locally, statewide, nationally. So if, let's say, there's a bill coming up in Congress that we think should get our support, we might educate the public and say, wow, be sure you let your senator or your representative know. So it's many prongs. And mostly, though, what we do is we love being part of this New Paltz community. And we're now part of the Climate Smart Community Task Force because both the village and town signed on to be a climate smart community. So we're part of that. And we just love working with local people and try to help them figure out how they can best help the planet and help themselves, maybe save some money in the process.
Like all big issues, climate change is a huge issue, but the solution lies in our own homes and our own backyards.
Exactly.
So, where did the group form, and tell us a little bit about, were you there at the beginning, Jens?
No, I was brought on during the 350 event. I was educating people on how to save energy in their homes. It's something I've specialized in. I've went to school for this, and I've been working in that field. So that's the kind of area of my interest of low energy homes and helping people achieve that, because right now in our country we have a large housing stock that there's a lot of room for improvement to save energy and to have better buildings, healthier, more comfortable and energy efficient homes. So that's something I'm motivated to help spread and develop.
Well, the 350 Day event was the first time I became aware of your group. Why is that number important, Ann?
350, that's what most climate scientists worldwide have come to agree that is a comfortable level, a stable level of carbon dioxide, parts per million of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. When we did 350 last year, we had already gone beyond that. We were at 387, I think, at that point. I just got news at our last Climate Coalition meeting that we're now 391. So we're still going up. And some scientists are concerned that when we reach 400 parts per million, some things are going to change in the atmosphere more quickly and that it will become more unstable than it is even now. So that's a number we're aiming to reduce our carbon footprint to, is 350 parts per million of CO2. And carbon dioxide is only one of the greenhouse gases. So, but if we aim for that, probably the others will be going down with it if we do these energy-saving things. You had asked how we got formed. We grew out of an environmental group after the presidential election. There was an environmental group, and there are about 10 of us, and we decided that climate change was really a big issue, and that what could we do, just little citizens like us? So we took a course, a Northeast Institute course on global warming, and it was about science, psychology, personal lifestyle habits, all of these. And we studied for about 8 weeks, and we decided we can do something. And let's start a group, and let's involve as much of the community as we can. So that's how it came about. And we decided also, we liked the word action. We didn't want to just talk about it. We wanted to do something.
Well, as with so many other issues, why don't they do something about it? Why don't they do something about it? Why doesn't someone do something about it? You're the someone. You're the someones.
Yeah, I can tell you, if Anne ever asks you to help out, it's really hard to say no to her. She's a very active and inspiring person to work with.
Could you tell me a little bit about the 350 Day event that brought you into this coalition?
Well, it was almost like a fair style where there was music, there was different tables about different things you can do, things like cooking your pasta. How did it go? It was
Water boils at 212 degrees. There's no need to keep that burner up full tilt as long as it's boiling. Just little tips like that.
yeah, little like energy saving things and little different environmental things going on in the community. I was there with insulation, talking about different types of installations, home energy audits, and air sealing and stuff like this. And that's why I'm part of this home energy fair, because that's kind of my specialty. And then we had a big group photo from like a crane above of everybody, and then in the number 350. And this actually happened worldwide. People got together for that photo. So you can go on the website 350.org and see all these photos of different people throughout the world, like spelling out that number.
Well, I remember that photo in the New Paltz Times. Well, you have another event coming up, and you just mentioned it. Tell us a little bit about that.
We do, and this was prompted in part by another world event. 350 was so successful in its happening. Unfortunately, it wasn't successful enough in changing the Kyoto Protocol to something that was more had more teeth and would involve more nations doing real energy reduction. But this year it's called 1010, and it's going to happen worldwide, mostly on October 10th. We decided that's Columbus Day weekend, and in New Paltz, well, there's a lot going on that weekend, so we're pushing our event up 1 week. So we're part of the 1010 happening globally, but we're going to do it on October 2nd. That's a Saturday, and we'll be at the Community Center of Town Hall. And what we'll have is a whole lot of different demonstration displays, a whole list here. Maybe Jens can tell you about some of them. But the whole idea is to bring what we find to change people's lifestyle. It's very hard in a vacuum. You just say, well, what can I do? I'm only one person, and what's the most effective thing I should do? So all our reading and study, and we've had events at the Ulster County Fair. We had a solar energy event last March to bring people together. People want to talk to each other. They want to talk to experts. What is it that I can really do to help? So it's the one-on-one. Mm-hmm. Like I say, hey, I like your shirt. Where'd you get it? Hey, let me show you. This, for example, is one of my favorite energy savers, and I love to ask people, do you know what this is? And I get some very interesting responses. And usually it gets around to, well, maybe it'll clean a dryer vent. Yeah, it'll clean the dryer vent, but even more important, it will clean your refrigerator coil. And what happens on your refrigerator coil is it gets built up with dust and cat hairs and who knows what all. And that's where the refrigerator is trying to release all the hot air, and if it's all insulated, it's just going to run and run for hours every day. So every other month you under your fridge, and pretty soon your fridge goes off, and it doesn't have to run all day. A little tip like that, $10, and not only are you saving energy, you're going to save yourself some money on this, because that's a big draw. So there are a lot of things, and Jens may have some other things. These are the kinds of things we're going to be showing at our Home Energy Fair.
What a great segue. Tell us a little bit about some of the things you'll be doing.
Right, so we'll have different speakers and tables and local professionals in the area to talk to people about different things. Our subjects will be air sealing, like air sealing around windows, weather stripping doors. We'll be talking about insulation, about adding more insulation to your attic or to your basement or crawl space. Just and also assessing what state your insulation's in, and then also talk about different types of insulation. There's fiberglass, blown cellulose. There's actually the new foam, spray foam insulation, which works really well. Talking about heating, about keeping your filters and your heating system clean, about CO detectors, making sure that everything is safe in your home, programmable thermostats, how to connect them, how to program them, hot water on turning back the temperature. Maybe if you're going away on vacation, you can turn back the temperature on your hot water heater so it doesn't stay hot all the time. Low flow shower heads, how to install them, and what they look like. They're not really that that crazy. Electricity, CFL light bulbs, cleaning refrigerators, and then also things like lifestyle choices on maybe keeping the house a little bit cooler in the winter, wearing a hat or a sweater, maybe turning it back when you're sleeping, that sort of stuff. And then we'll also have NYSERDA, the New York State Energy Research Development Association. We'll be there talking about different rebates, and then